Episode 28 of the Lost and Talks podcast. Thank you for joining us
Yes,
for another
welcome back to another quarantine pod here in my bedroom.
Quarantine Pod Chronicles.
Crazy, we have the same quality as like Jimmy Fallon right now, you know?
Yeah,
No, we're all yeah,
this is a nice
equal
playing
field. Yeah.
So what a man's been up to since we last talked, you know? Anything new? Mostly the same.
I've been officially laid off work since then, my day job. So I've been at home. I pretty much haven't left my home except twice, and that was to go to the post office to mail something twice, and that was it since Friday. Great. Which is now today is Wednesday.
Great.
So I've just been chilling, working.
Great.
Yeah. What about you guys?
Go ahead, Kevin.
Yeah, more of the same. Just been busy with work. You know, like there's a lot of things that have been coming waves way, which is you know, it's not really going to be affected, I don't think, because it's all going to start in like July, September anyway. So
yeah.
So it's good that we have something that all we need to just put the groundwork in right now, and then once we need to actually start filming, going out, it'll be time for us to actually hopefully leave again. So
yeah, okay, cool.
The presentation of all this stuff will be by the end of the year. So
cool. That's good news.
I mean, I keep telling I swear every like couple of days we always have some like crazy news, some random news, and then it's like I swear we just keep going up and up during this quarantine. I don't know.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, bro. That's what they're doing. Like that's what it is. They have the microphone and cameras all set up outside of Justin Trudeau's spot right now, and then he's delivering a message like every day. The new updates about how we're fucking up and whatnot. And people are pissing him off. Me personally, I've just been. What have I been doing? I've been mostly doing the same shit. Just been editing, and then I'll go outside for a bit. I'll sit on my porch. I'll like watch.
Anything new? Any new hobbies or anything? Any men that picked up like in the past week?
No, man. I've still been washing dishes. Still been making food. I haven't had to make as much food as of recent. But literally, I've just been doing what I usually do. And then I've noticed if it comes around like 10 o'clock and I don't have anything major to do, then I'll try to get in a movie or finish up a show or something like that.
Yeah.
So I finished up a couple shows that I was supposed to be watching earlier that I had on hold. I watched a couple movies.
You know what? I feel like during this quarantine, I feel like people are watching shows that they would have wanted to watch. You know, like when you have your 9 to 5, you watch things that when you come home, you just need some distraction. You're not actually watching. But now you're actually watching things that are like meaningful. So you actually have time to watch those movies and stuff that you would have been like, oh, you know, it's like 2.5 hours. I'm not trying to watch this right now. You know?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. I'm starting Breaking Bad tomorrow. Officially. Get into the Breaking Bad world. So I'm excited for that. Again, I've already watched 2 or 3 seasons. So I'm just starting fresh again just so I can get back into that world and finish it up so that people can get off my ass about that. And that's really it, yo. I've just been sitting on my porch and sitting at my desk. My sleep schedule is officially fucked up.
I was going to say that. So I think already in less than a week, I'm picking up bad habits. Sleeping in is one. And like by sleeping in, it's like, to me, like sleeping till 11:30, 12 is sleeping in. So, and I usually don't do that just because I have usually shit to do early morning, which forces me to get up. But now since I don't, and then I have made my own schedule now at this point, sleeping in is really hard not to do. So I'm trying to fight it. At least every day I've been trying to set it back 30 minutes until when I really want to wake up, which is around 9:30, 10.
You know what I find good is one of those like sleep apps that track your, and then they have like their alarm is like very peaceful. It like
it comes in like waves.
And I'm like, yo, playing right now, and then you
Mhm.
hear it like 10 seconds later, and you're like, oh shit, that is what made you, kind of wake up very like calmly and naturally,
Yeah,
Yeah.
so I use that app. It's called for people who want to know. Where's my phone? Oh geez, it's all the way over there.
Oh, geez.
It's
Of
called
course.
it's the Sleep Cycle.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sleep
yeah,
cycle.
the same one, yeah.
Yeah. I have the
Yeah, I think
same
that's
one.
like the popular one.
Yeah.
Yeah, but honestly, it doesn't do shit for me. I think my body is. I think alarms only work for so long.
I mean, sometimes I'll like turn the alarm off and then go back to sleep for like a couple more hours, but
Hmm.
Yeah.
Have you ever like hit the snooze or turned off your alarm in your sleep? I do that all the time.
I don't think so.
I
It's
remember that.
scary.
I
Yeah.
remember that. Yeah.
I like occasionally have done this, and this has made me late for shit in the morning. I'll wake up, but I'm like half asleep. I'll turn off my alarm, go back to sleep, and then I wake up and I'm like, oh shit. I didn't even remember myself turning it off.
I turned it off. I gone to sleep for like 4 more hours or something, but I remembered that I turned it off. So.
Yeah.
Like you know how the sleep cycle, it tracks like when you're awake and stuff during the night.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm like, oh yeah, facts. I remember waking up at like 4 a.m., 5 a.m. or whatever.
Yeah. The only thing I don't like about the sleep tracker is that I have to have it on my bed.
Yeah, yeah.
Cause I'm a roly poly. Like I'm one of those guys that switching positions in the sleep bare times. Like I don't stay still. I go to the washroom. I get up. I do so much when I'm supposed to be sleeping. Like that's the one thing I that's why I stopped using the app, because it kept landing on the floor, and then to get to a certain point where I'm tracking it, and then every night it just stops. You just see the line is flat because I'm like dead because it's just on the carpet.
You don't have a nightstand? I just put on my nightstand. I don't know.
You're supposed to leave it on your bed because it's supposed
Really?
it's supposed to track your movement as well. So when you're
Okay.
the least restless and when you actually go into your REM state of sleep, it's supposed to track all of that. That's why they suggest you put it on your actual bed.
Just a question on the topic of sleep. How on average, how many hours are you guys getting a day? Not now, like before quarantine. Let's just say before that.
Before that, I don't know. Honestly, my sleep is I'm getting about the same amount. That first initial transition week where we kind of all didn't have jobs or were starting to like lose them and whatnot, I was getting a bit more sleep just during the day, so I was getting nasty naps in. But now I'm actually like I'm going to bed really late, so I'm going to bed on average maybe about 4 a.m.
Jeez.
And then I'll wake up around 9:30, 10 o'clock, just because my girlfriend, she's here. So she has classes at 10 o'clock. So then I wake up just before then so I can get out the room so I can go do something else. So I've been getting, if anything, a bit less sleep, but I've been
so she like zoom in the Utes or something? Is like, how's that work?
Zoom in the Utes.
Zoom in the Utes. Hold on, let me just adjust. Basically, so what she does is she has like a check-in in the morning with them, so they can all, as a class, come into like a Zoom meeting, for example, like us. And she doesn't have like a massive class, so it's only about like I'm gonna say maybe 10 of them in total. And then so she just talks to them, asks them how they're doing, how their day's going. She goes over what's for homework and what they're going to be doing in the day, and that's it. So that's like 20 minutes in the morning, and then she might have a meeting later on in the day with them to go over actual homework, and then she have another meeting with colleagues and shit. It's just, I never took in how many meetings that she could have in a day. It's wild, yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah.
That's pretty crazy though when you think about it. Like, that's like some shit that you see in like cartoons when like an alien is teaching their alien kids, like just through a screen. I mean, like that's
bad. They have this thing, I can't remember what it's called. They have some other applications, almost like Google Classrooms, which I didn't even know existed.
like Portal or something like that.
It's not even that. It's something else. So it's more for kids because she has to do grades 1 and 2, and they're online, so they're not able to really use a computer that well, but they still kind of get it.
I was thinking like for children that young, how do they keep their attention span on the computer? I think that doesn't that seem like harder to do? I don't know,
This
but
generation is more attentive to the screen, though.
really, well, that I was thinking that too, but I wasn't sure.
Yeah.
If it's content that they're not interested in, let's be real, it might be. I
Oh.
think it might be difficult, but I'm
So
not sure.
a lot of them. So she's told me. So it's been a mix. So there's been consistent students that'll get the work done, and I guess that's because their parents are more
Like
involved, if you
making them
will.
do it, yeah.
Exactly. And then she's honestly a good amount of them just don't do any of the work at all. They're just
Can't do
chilling.
anything about that.
Yeah, and then she's like, "Oh, I can't teach you guys." She had to send out a messages, I think, today, saying, "Yo, you guys have a lot of homework to catch up on, so get that done before we move on to what's next." Because
Homework can you can you
When you think about it, when
Fair.
at that age, a lot of how well a child does in school is up to the parents
Yeah,
to some
real shit.
degree, because the parents technically, I mean, unless the kid is super independent at that age, which is rare, the parents are the ones making them do the homework and everything like that. So
yeah,
yeah,
parents don't give a shit then.
until like grade 1, 2, I was always doing homework in front of my parents, basically.
Exactly. And
exactly.
if the parents don't give a fuck or don't have time for that, well, now they have time, they should, but
Yeah.
I can't speak for everyone's parents.
And then it's also something that she's kind of noticing, that where you kind of think that most people are in the same class, if you will, but she's starting to notice that certain students don't have some things that other students don't. So one of them is the obvious. Most of the kids there have an iPad, but some of them don't.
Mm.
You know what I mean? Which is kind of weird, because now you think about it, kids that are younger than us, most of them have iPads.
Yeah.
All three of my cousins, they all each have an iPad.
Like, you're not going to give a child a phone maybe, but you'll give them an iPad.
Yeah, exactly.
That makes sense. Yeah.
So, and then also some of them actually don't even have Lego, which is kind of wild too. So
Don't have Lego?
Yeah, it just puts into perspective that not everybody has all the basics.
True.
Yeah,
Like Lego, I'm not surprised at this point because of technology.
Lego, I'm surprised because
And some
Even
girls
with
might not want to
technology.
play with it either.
I think that's just like
Not to gender, but
architecture. It's just about like using your hands and just like building.
yeah,
It wasn't the best part about Lego was just getting that bucket. You know what I mean?
exactly. Because that's what it is. Like I know a lot of kids that still play with Lego, so I don't think it's a technological thing. So I don't know. I feel like that's still, at the end of the day, Lego is basic. And you have to even think about it. Lego movie came out. Lego Batman. That shit was popping.
yeah, now it's so ingrained in pop culture for children.
So ingrained in just kids. Like,
You guys watched that Netflix series Abstract with like the designers?
no, I haven't.
That's a good. There's one in season 2 about this girl who makes toys for building, like for kids. It's sick. Like it's like the whole philosophy on like how she thinks about what kids should be doing in their free time and stuff.
Mhm.
It makes so much sense, like she wants there to be more like free time where kids just have like 2 hours to just kind of do whatever, to just build whatever the fuck.
I think that's how, like, have you heard of Montessori's?
Yeah, exactly.
It's
like,
kind of, that's how it works, I think.
Yeah, but it's like so much more stimulating and yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's how that's happening all through Zoom right now.
Interesting. Well, it's better than no school.
You know what I'm thinking? Like,
Yeah.
fuck these kids right now. You know how lucky they are? You know how many video games we would have crushed?
Oh,
That's what I'm saying.
bro, this was like in the 7th grade. I'd be killing games.
Fucking disgusting.
It would be lit. I'd be so happy if I was like in the 7th grade right now, or 8th grade,
It'll be
or even 9th
lit.
grade.
Call of Duty for no reason. Like, I didn't even, just because we had enough time to actually play that game.
Don't kill
Yeah.
me.
I'd be so hyped. Like, just thinking about how your summer is now from like April to fucking September. That's wild.
That's why, like, they can't even pay attention for like a fucking hour and do their school. Like, come on. And like the parents are home too. Like, just get it done, and like you have the whole fucking day to do whatever you want.
Kids are not about that. My cousins right now, they're dealing with that all the time. They always have to like, "Oh, can we take a break, yo?" And I'm like, "You guys had to read a paragraph." That's what the assignment was. Read a paragraph. And
Takes like 20 minutes. Takes 20 minutes.
Yeah, imagine like stressing. No, man. They even had the nerve to say, "Yo, I miss school, bro. I didn't have to do this at school." And I'm like,
Damn.
this
It's
is
harder
crazy.
to do work at home, even for children. I mean, there's so many distractions,
It
right?
is. It's distractions, and it's because again now it's like when you're at school, you can get away with shit because your
Yeah,
parents or your family wasn't around. So
That
now
too.
people are going to be a bit more on your ass, a little
that's
bit.
true.
You know
Mm.
what I mean? Because you'll be like, "Yo, you shouldn't be doing anything else. No, you can't play your game. Go do your homework."
Yeah. Yeah, maybe the parents are just being harder because they're like, oh, you're at home, you're gonna like spend your time properly.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I don't know, but I'm just happy I'm not in that age bracket anymore.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
happy I can. I'm happy I can get away with doing nothing in a day. You know?
I'm trying to remember throughout my childhood, like what were the best parts, and then when did they get shitty, and then when did they get like good again? I think like 7 and 8 was lit for me, anyways. Every kid's different, but and then once we got into early high school was okay, but late high school was shit. Like I just hated it
Yeah, I don't have that experience. That's the one thing. Me and my high school experience is actually it's pretty lit. Like
the whole time.
most of the time it was, and it's because again I didn't really give a fuck.
Mm.
So it was like if there was drama, I was just like, well, I just let it be. Like we'll see what happens.
I bounced around so many friend groups through high school.
Yeah,
Like there was, yeah, every grade it was a different friend group almost.
I think that
Um,
happens though. That happens. Like that happened
yeah,
to me. It was different friend groups, but it was still kind of the same people, but like different
Yeah,
they're
combinations.
like overlapping, and
yeah.
yeah, you'd bounce around, and
Interesting is like you start to see for the first time. Me and Sammy were talking about this. Like in elementary school, you never saw cliques, but then in high school, you start to see these things like forming, and you're
Yeah.
like, oh, so
yeah, it's usually built around sports or interests,
so you
classes.
kind of like go in and out, and you like kind of see because for the first time you gotta like kind of categorize yourself in a way. You know what I mean? You're gonna be like, oh, which one am I? You know.
Yeah, exactly.
And then by
And
like grade 11 and 12, you're like, oh, I'm just gonna
yeah,
I'm just gonna do this.
it was like this in the ninth grade, at least for the first semester. Unless you know no one, you're jumping towards people who were from your homes, from the school you came from, if they
Yeah.
went to that school. So you usually just tag team with them right away because you know them.
Yeah, until you all separate.
Until eventually you separate, and that's what happened. Eventually, it's like,
which
yeah, like these are my friends when I was like
is in elementary school,
10.
you're friends with everybody, but then when you go to high school, you realize like, oh shit, like
We're different.
I'm not.
Yeah, you're not this because you end up, I don't know, on the ball team, and then that person in elementary school is a fucking nerd. So
Yeah,
you're like,
fucking
forget.
loser.
So you just leave. Yeah, basically. So, but it always jumps around. Like I had a couple. I probably had 2 or 3 best friends throughout high school, and that made a big impact on who I hung out with.
Mhm.
So, just depends, drama and shit.
Yeah, no. Yeah, high school was whatever. Like grade 9, and I went to a school where I didn't know anybody. So like my first like month, I was just trying to find people that were like reasonable, and then I found them, and then from there I found other people that were more reasonable. So I just cut from them.
Like Zach.
Yeah, but I didn't start chilling with Zach until like end of grade 11, maybe grade 12.
That's what it was for me and Shiva.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Even though I knew him since the ninth grade, we didn't hang out until like
Ninth
almost 12.
Yeah.
But it was funny because he was one of those people who I could see myself being friends with, but we just weren't in the same classes and shit. I think that's why.
Shiva.
Yeah. Shout out to whoever's listening doesn't know who the fuck he is, but
Yeah.
We
That's
mentioned that fucking.
I've mentioned it before, yeah.
So yeah, have mans accepted that summer's gone? Summer's dead.
Like summer is dying and it might be dead, or it won't be the same. It's not turn up. It's not a hot girl summer.
By the end of this week, I'm gonna say by Sunday afternoon, they're announcing summer's canceled.
Shit.
I'm telling you, this shit's dying. Summer is dying by the minute.
Veld hasn't been
Every
canceled.
minute-
Maybe August will be lit.
August is not going to be lit.
What if it
August
clears
is
up by
slowly
August?
Dwindling right now.
It might clear up by August, and August would be lit because everyone has to like release all the energy they've had over the last like 4 months.
Bro,
It might be wild.
I can't wait to go out. Though.
They haven't canceled Caravana yet, for example.
That's what I'm saying. It's about to be canceled.
We'll
by
see.
Sunday afternoon.
I mean, didn't they just stop the lockdown in Wuhan? That was like 76 days.
Bro,
right?
apparently the China. Oh, yo, Ian, I swear to God, I went to Instagram. I didn't touch anything yet.
Caravana canceled. That's sick. That's live right there, guys.
This is
guys,
12
Six
minutes
Buzz
ago.
just tweeted that Caravana is canceled because of COVID-19. And I man's just said that. That's crazy. If Caravana is canceled, then is Veld canceled?
Summer is dying weekend. By the minute.
Okay, if Caravana is canceled, summer's canceled because that's
Vanna
the end
is
of summer.
Canceled.
Okay, the last thing is the CNE. Is the CNE canceled? That's the last thing.
Bro. Vanna's
I have to have a lit CNE.
Bro. I'm telling you, but yeah.
Know.
See, summer is literally, as I just said, summer is dying by the minute, bro.
Dude, that sucks so bad. Like, you live in California, cool. Like, you could still chill in the winter outside and stuff like that. But here, we're gonna be trapped inside for another 6 months.
Yeah, bro. I'm just saying, as long as fall, we're good by fall.
Oh,
fall could still be lit. Fall weather is perfect weather.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Bro, the fucking walk. We gotta go hard on the fucking walk.
In July. You know those days when it's fucking disgusting in August? Like,
yeah, you know, like as much as I love the summer, I hate waking up in a pile of sweat.
I'd much rather bundle up, stack bundles on and
a nice light jacket, you know?
Wear like shorts and a t-shirt on the TT. Oh God.
Exactly. Sweating with a homeless man beside you.
So you gotta get your own whip, man.
And a heroin addict in the back.
Doesn't matter. Like the whip's like the fucking hot as fuck on the leather, and you're sweating on the shit. Like
I fuck with summer so much, but just because
the steering wheel and it's bunning you up, like you can't even.
You know, my favorite part of the summer is summer nights.
Yeah, exactly.
It's cooler. You could do shit. You know what I mean? Mans are going out. The city's popping.
Yeah.
You smell the barbecue in the air. The music playing. It's amazing.
Yeah. But summers, I could sleep until like 5 p.m. and I'd be fine. I don't care. I don't.
Yeah, I wouldn't even bat an eye at that.
Fucking daytime.
I see the time. 5 p.m. Right back. But yeah, man.
That's canceled. It's any major event has been canceled at this point. So I don't know. Yeah, not that I even went to those major events, but just in general, like I don't know.
I've honestly been dying, bro.
I was like, fuck yeah, I kind of miss downtown. Like I haven't thought about it in like a really long time.
Same.
You know?
I haven't been downtown.
I just want to go downtown.
In the longest time we can.
It was fucking the Toosie Slide video.
Yeah.
When the beginning, I was like, oh shit, Queen West. I'm like, yo,
yes,
I like this area, but I'm like, yo, I miss kind of walking down there still. Like,
yeah, exactly. When I watched the Toosie Slide video, we did it for a reaction on our channel, right? And then I watched it, and I'm like, yo, this is great. Like, it's just nice seeing the city so empty. Like, it's cool. Mm-hmm. And then I watched it back a couple times, and then I saw some people in the comments like, what was the meaning of that beginning? And I'm like, ugh.
They're not from Toronto.
I'm like, you fucking Americans.
They don't know.
I'm like, yeah, if it's not Staples Center, you don't fucking know what it is. You know what I mean?
They don't know.
Yeah, and I even went and I saw some reactions of the video, and people were like, okay, like, what is this? What are you doing to me, Drake? And I'm like, you guys don't even
They don't know. They don't know.
No.
That's Toronto. They don't even know what city that is, I bet.
I'm like, this is home. Yeah, once they saw, like, Queen Street and then some of the grungier spots, they're like, wait, that's not LA.
Where do they think it was, yo?
Those shits of like, you know, when a movie starts in New York or
yeah.
I don't give a shit about any of this stuff. Like I know people are connecting with this. I don't give a fuck about any of this shit. Like, I don't connect with that.
Yeah.
We know so much more about these New York places and LA places because of how much more we see it.
Exactly.
I was gonna say, like,
even those jokes that like all these in movies you think it's New York and LA, but it's actually shooting in Toronto. Like,
Yeah.
Exactly. They don't even know.
so they're looking at Toronto streets. You know,
Yeah.
New York
Done
is
seen it.
always Toronto. They always fake it.
Yep.
What I was gonna say, do you think this might sound bad? Do you think a lot of Americans don't even know Drake lives in Canada?
No, they do. That's his thing.
But like, obviously, he'd be in Canada then. Like that video,
They weren't
obviously.
using their brains. I saw literally mans. They looked at it and they're like, "Yo, that's Staples Center, LA."
That's not
And I'm like-
Staples Center. Similar colors. I know what they mean, but no.
he wasn't he locked down in his place in California? I thought I heard that, but I don't know.
I think that's when the whole KD thing was going down.
Oh
He
yeah,
has a private jet though. He can fly.
Yeah, so he's
To a
been
lot
here
of-
since, I believe.
Yeah.
Oh, but yeah, Toosie Slide.
That's where we were going with that one.
Yes.
Yeah.
Who's hating on it? You guys hating on it? You guys loving it? Let's talk about the song first before we talk about the video.
I mean, I hate the chorus, but like I get it, you know. So I'm not gonna like hate on anybody who's gonna do the dance and stuff. Like I know what it's for.
Yeah.
Like
All right,
this
boo
is what
slide.
people need right now. They need this. People are doing TikTok. Like they need that. I get why he did it, but I'm not listening. But it's fine.
Total TikTok shenanigan. Total.
Which
Let's
is
get this
great.
on TikTok and
Yeah, that's great. That's what
have it blow up.
Yeah.
You know, that was definitely his plan without actually saying it. It was about, I was expecting it to happen at some point. I'm like, Drake's, you know, since the Kiki challenge, right?
Yeah.
He's going to bring back another challenge. And TikTok wasn't really a thing when that wasn't as big when
Yeah.
that came out. I think it was a thing, but it wasn't as big. Now it's huge. It's like the #1 app being downloaded right now in the world. And might as well, you know, bring the culture to TikTok and have it just push the, you know, video viral.
Yeah.
More viral than it normally goes anyways.
that track to me is one of the hardest tracks.
You were feeling it when we did the reaction. I could tell.
Drake has dropped in a little while.
It's actually nice. I like the song. I've listened to it
It's
20 times. Easy
it's one of the
already.
hardest songs he's dropped in a little while.
Mhm.
I haven't listened to any of the leaks. Okay, so I don't know what's going on in that world. The last little bit of shit that I got from Drake was that shit when he was in New York and whatever. I can't remember the
Chicago freestyle and
Yeah.
the other one.
Chicago freestyle stuff, which is cool. I didn't care for it. I'm not one of those mans. I'm more for this type of shit. You know what I mean? So I fuck with the song heavy personally. Obviously, I know, like you guys are saying, I know what it's made for. It was built for this and that, but I appreciate it at the end of the day because when I heard that song, I was like, shit, man. I just want to go out. Like,
Yeah, it really made
That's what
quarantine
it-
that much more difficult.
every time I listen to that song, I'm like, shit, man. I've never wanted to go to a club before until now.
You know they're playing that when you go to the club. So
I haven't
Bro,
gotten there yet. I haven't feel
and everyone in the club is gonna be doing it.
I
Like,
want to I'm patio or something, but I don't miss the club yet. Maybe I'll
Bro, I'm starting to miss the club for no reason. I go to the club twice a year.
yeah.
I'm not a club man.
Yeah.
But
I miss a
can't.
bar still. I can't lie. I miss a
That's what I'm
bar.
saying. I can't wait
I
to
miss
just
a
go
bar.
out, get twisted.
Like,
I want to go get some wings at least and
That's
have
what
a
I'm saying.
drink.
I want to get some
At
wings.
least some
I want to
shit.
go. I want to go to All Stars, get twisted, go downtown, get more twisted, and then just go walk around the streets with you guys and get
Yeah.
some ramen or something, or come
Yeah.
back and get Markham Station, or go to Denny's.
Denny's at like 2 a.m. Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
That's all
Getting
I'm trying
Grand
to do.
Slam, yo.
that's all I'm trying to do right now. So every
Yeah.
time I hear that song, that's all I hear. I just hear going out. I hear I'm trying to dance. Like I can't be dancing in my crib in front of people. That's
I
all.
know.
I like
I
the
know.
song though. I do get what it's for. I like the song. I think the song is actually good for what it is,
Mhm.
and knowing all of us knowing what it is and what it's for and the perfect timing of it. And that's
I
what I've
knew-
always
yeah.
felt.
It didn't bother me that,
Yeah.
you know, it was possibly built for TikTok being viral.
Should be. Is this a new genre, like TikTok genre? Like, because if you have the fucking hook talking about a dance. That's not like,
I think it is.
it doesn't work in any other context. It's not talking about something else. It's literally saying do this fucking dance, and that's how I swear every TikTok song that's popping right now is just like the hook is a dance. You know what I mean? So
The hook is the song, like because TikTok is 15 to sometimes to a minute, but usually 15 to 30-second little bits, and like I catch myself hearing these 15-second hooks from songs that I don't even know, but I'm like, yo, that's from TikTok.
Yeah.
It's ingrained in my mind. It's scary the way it works.
I wouldn't say it's a new genre or anything like that.
Not like a genre, but there's a science to it.
Yeah, for sure. There's a science to it, but isn't there a science to anything that's popping at any time? You know what I mean? Like, again, there's a ringtone era, there's a snap era, there's eras to everything.
You're right.
When it comes to making a hit. So yeah, right now it's going to be your TikTok tracks and trying to make sure that somebody's going to do something stupid to your song or some type of dance to your song. That's what it's about. But again, we had that same shit too. It's like coming up with a.
It's not a genre, but it's an era then though, because it is
I would say that if anything.
Music, yeah.
It's a new way to go viral.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and you know, it'll pass eventually, like everything else.
Yeah.
So,
and I just want to point out one more time, people have done this before, but I just want to point out how much I appreciate just the timing of the drop of the song. You know what I mean? And how consistent Drake has been with just timing certain releases.
Yeah.
You mean right after he released his kid?
No. That has nothing to do with it. Yeah. If anything, he was missing his child and he would dance in the house.
I'm fucking with you. But because I know we mentioned that last time as a possibility.
No,
but
definitely not. But I appreciate the song for what it is. It makes me want to go out. I like the song. It's for the hood mans. It's for the people that don't get what the hood mans are trying to talk about. It's for everybody, basically. Let's we can go into the video now. I liked. Basic, but I liked it.
Yeah, it did the job. Like it's almost a one shot shot on film because his guy Theo does film and Drake's obsessed with film.
Yeah.
Even was film necessary for that? Not at all. But
definitely not. But they had the money.
Yes, why not? He has the money and the budget. It's like why the fuck not?
Not just Drake. Everybody's obsessed with film right now. So
yeah, facts. Everyone's obsessed with film.
It is the trend. Right now, and Drake does it for real because he has unlimited money in that area. So, total kind of a subtle flex on his house. Yes or no? Totally.
Indeed. I agree 100%. The house looks amazing. When we were watching the video and he was walking by at the beginning, you see the awards and stuff like that, and then you see like the Kobe jersey. I don't know. It all just signified to me like success.
Yeah, Drake always has that tone, and you always get that sense of success from his music. That boss mafia success type feeling.
And that's the thing. The thing with the boss mafia success is I've always, as fucked up as it sounds, I kind of respect it more. And the reason why I do is because I know it comes from hard work. It doesn't just appear. It's not just because you knew this guy and that. It's because you've worked hard. I could see the awards. That's your resume. You know what I mean? I'm seeing all this other shit too. Like this again. And even your house itself is a great way to just show off your resume and what you have contributed to your career and art and blah blah blah. So I thought that was cool, like being able to just walk around one of the biggest artist's house right now and just peep it. Yeah.
And I mentioned this on our reaction video. A lot of celebrities don't do what he's doing right now. They don't actually show their house, and I mean, there's privacy reasons to that for sure. Like you don't want the world knowing what your house looks like, but I mean, maybe their houses aren't as impressive as you think. So he's showing unfiltered. He's showing that his house is indeed this fucking dope. So
when he dropped those pics today or whatever of his house, right? I didn't look at them, but did he?
Yeah.
And did people like were mostly people like roasting him, or were they just like
Most people were like, it was hard. I didn't see anybody really roasting him though.
Drake limits his comments. You
Yeah, I was
never
about to say
see,
that.
you
You
know,
never see
that's
too
one
much
thing I've
hate in his
noticed he does.
comments.
I think not. I don't think he cares about the hate. I think he gets a lot of spam and
Yeah, it's
like
just yeah, he just doesn't.
sex bots like fucking up his comments. So I think he does that.
I was gonna
But
say if he did get like a lot more hate, then it's like it's pretty funny because our generation we grew up on like watching Cribs, and
Mhm.
it was always about like, yo, did you see who such and such had in their house? And we were just like, yo, that shit's sick. You know, it was never like, yo, fuck this guy. Or
that's what the video was like. It was almost like a little tour of his house with the song. He's doing multiple things with this video subtly, like he normally
I say
does.
like
He's
I know it's been done before. That kind of making you like I can't remember what music video, but like doing Cribs essentially. But like
Mhm.
I don't know, people should do that more. Like especially rappers. Like what the fuck? Why are you going to these other places? Like I don't care that you can go to Bahamas and shit. You know, like
I get why they don't safety,
yeah, that's
but I get why they don't. But it would be nice to be able to at least let me see your beach home, like
yeah.
let me see what your spot in New York looks like or something. I don't know.
as far as where Drake lives, it's everyone can figure out where he lives. That's
Yeah.
the thing. It's not hidden. He doesn't live in a gated community or anything like that. His house is everyone in Toronto can figure out where it is. Everyone who isn't from Toronto can figure out where it is. So
Yeah, it's just
nothing to hide there. You know what I
in.
mean? Yeah, getting into a different story, but knowing where it is it's not
Yeah.
hidden or anything. So, yeah, totally. Just they should bring back Cribs though, or something like that. Maybe a
Something
YouTube
like
version because
Yeah.
MTV kind of died a long time ago. So
Yeah.
I
Fucking
miss that shit.
yeah, MTV. That was like MTV's had good shows in the past, and now it's kind of just garbage, in my opinion.
it's
Anyways,
like the same shit on all the time now.
yeah,
And it also had like a good balance at one point between actual music and and shows, you know. So
Exactly.
you weren't actually just watching shows all the time. You're actually watching music videos that you shit, you never seen before too.
Yeah, I was a big fan of MTV Live when that was on. Like that, I was
Mhm.
making sure I got home for on time to watch all the time. Fucking
The Canadian version though.
yeah, Darren and what's that guy's Paul the intern and shit, and the black girl Nicole, all those guys.
Yeah, I remember those guys.
Yeah,
I watched. I watched it for a bit. I watched up until pretty much it ended.
yeah, same. I watched it until it ended as well. Yeah, it was good memories from that show. I really used to love MTV. I thought it was because I was just a teenager, but now the show was actually solid. But then it just got shitty.
Yeah. And fucking Spider-Man, yeah.
Yeah, dude.
Fuck.
Classic.
Yeah.
Classic Spider-Man. Anyways, can't remember if we told you guys here on the pod, but we finally got the fucking Lost in Nostalgia handle on our Instagram.
It was in the making. It took a while. It was honestly just pure luck the way we got it too.
Yeah. You wanna explain how we got that quick, Ian?
Oh yeah, of course. So obviously we didn't have the name for reasons because someone else had it. So when someone has the name on Instagram, it's pretty close to impossible to get it, especially if it's an active account, which it was in this example. The person was uploading, on a regular basis and using it. So it's kind of hard to get them to, change it unless you pay them off or something like that. And we didn't really have the resources to do that. We never tried, and I didn't really want to try. So we had just been monitoring the account for like the last 3 years, kind of just
And we were creeping it for a while.
Just checking in and out. We see what's up, if to change or the person, I don't know.
Sent
Whatever.
them DMs like, "Yeah, you want to change?"
We tried to send a couple of DMs or anything like that, but
Threats, like whatever.
Huh?
Couple of death threats,
a couple death threats. No, I'm just, but
Bitch.
If we had big dollars to flex, I would have been like, "Yo, like five G's. Here you go."
Yeah, just
But
here. Yeah.
Just change it, whatever. Just put an underscore at the end. Like, geez, no one cares.
Yeah.
But eventually, we checked one day. And who was the one that figured it out? It wasn't me. It
Zach took it in.
It was Zach. Yeah.
Zach took it in at like 2 a.m. one day.
Props to Zach. So we find out that the person who had the name changed it to something else. So the name was just not being used, because when you change your Instagram handle, it locks it in for about 14 days.
So you can
Right?
change it back. Yeah.
So you can change it back if you change your mind. So no one can have it for 14 days. It's still owned by the original owner. So bam, we weren't too sure when that person changed it, but we had a decent idea. So we were checking in and out for the last 14 days. And then right around those 14 days came up, I've been typing in, checking, bam, it was available, took it, snatched it, scooped it up. So it's kind of the most legit way you can probably get it. And it's super lucky.
So yeah, we are now officially, well, the video production aspect of stuff and whatever else we do is now on Lost in Nostalgia. At is Lost in Nostalgia on Instagram. So hopefully soon we'll get the Twitter, and then anything
Twitter's
else
a
that
bitch. Twitter, I thought we were gonna get the Twitter, but because Twitter was supposed to delete all inactive accounts. They were talking about this a few months ago.
Yeah, I saw some articles on that. It was supposed to happen,
but it never did. They changed their mind. They went back on what they said. I don't know why. I was hearing because there's a lot of, they wanted to somehow keep accounts for people who were dead, and they didn't know how to do that, so they're figuring it out. Because memorial accounts or whatever you want to call it.
If I die, drop my account, delete all of that. I don't know.
So, and our Instagram name, the Twitter name that we want has been inactive since 2011. No tweets, no follows.
Do I have to put that in my will now? Like, when I die, get rid of all my fucking Facebook accounts, Instagram.
You have to leave your password to one man.
Holy shit!
You really have to. Because think about it.
I have an app for that, actually.
Yeah, people have apps for that. People actually do this shit.
Yeah, it's a Dashlane. Actually, I recommend getting it. It's a password management app. It's free. There's also a paid version, but you can. It'll save all your passwords there, so you can remember them. And it's a super secure app. Like, there's face recognition for the app itself to open it, and you can put emergency contact to have access to it.
Yeah.
If you can't access your accounts for some reason, and you need someone to do it, or you die. Yeah. So
I think there is even one where it times your use or keeps track of your use. So that if you haven't used any of your social media for a certain amount of time, so I think it's like over 100 days or something like that, then it'll send it automatically out to your emergency contact, which is pretty wild. And it just goes to show the type of world we're living in now. Everything's so digital and online, and
let's just live online now.
Everything you need is on your phone. I mean, up to your bank account. So
you ever Google some people that you remember from school or whatever, work?
All the time.
And you don't see anything about them online, and you're like, that's crazy. You don't see the internet in any way. No way.
You Google your friends, your old friends.
Yeah, well, not friends because just random. People,
random people you used to know.
Yeah, exactly. Just random names.
I should do that.
And then you're just like, holy shit, I can't find anything about them.
Nothing. Not even a LinkedIn.
Yeah. How do you not have a LinkedIn?
When you can't find the LinkedIn or the old Instagram photos, then I'm just like...
Yeah, when you type my name, you get my Instagram, it's the second one.
Yeah.
Because I'm the most followers with my name, right? And then my LinkedIn's actually one of the top ones too. I don't know why. I think LinkedIn just ranks really.
You guys got the IMDb. Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Me too, right? The IMDb's up there, right? Yeah. That's one of the top.
It's nasty.
Yeah, even though there's 2 credits on there, but that's good that that's up there. So when shit actually gets on there,
you're like, oh shit, okay,
that's legit. I have IMDb Premium, so maybe that's why. I don't know.
You should maybe try to get your account verified,
That'd be crazy.
Try.
You got the IMDb.
We were thinking, what if the Nui Blanche shit makes us verified because it's official? You know what I mean? It's possible.
That's just on IMDb.
Mm-hmm.
That's fucking crazy. Holy.
The IMDb is serious. The IMDb you can set up though by yourself. It just takes a little while.
Mm-hmm.
Just takes a little while.
Yeah, sure.
All right. Yeah, we'll do that, and then we'll get into the other nonsense and fuckery. We could probably finish off with the heroin stuff.
Yeah, sure.
Right.
Yeah, so I was thinking today because I don't know. It's just always, I guess maybe because of quarantine and just thinking about how like people are staying home right now and what that's like for them. Because I don't know where our generation stands on like how what age that you should kind of leave your home basically, right, or have your own place.
Yeah.
Because I know there are some people who, you know, right out of college or whatever, they basically got their own place. I know there's people who are thinking about it right now. People who are like kind of like, you know, when it happens, it happens. Not there's no real like time or date on it really. But I feel like our generation is really going to be the first one that's been kind of like change that status quo and like when you should really leave your house. And
Yeah.
it's I think it's going to just continue to grow because as I mean if we're going to get older, I feel like that's just going to happen. And then I mean I don't know how the economy is going to balance out in terms of like for what it is mostly for our generation specifically is just like we can't afford houses right now. Right?
Mm-hmm.
The difference between even us and like people from the 80s was so much different in terms of what was available to them when they were our age real estate wise, you know.
I think there's a lot of barriers going on right now for our generation and even the generation behind us. So you mentioned housing. It's very, especially in Toronto, our city where we live. If you go in other areas of Canada, it's a little better. But I think it still applies because, yeah. So housing is really expensive here. So that's one barrier. I think another barrier is uh, people just don't make enough money. Like jobs are not paying enough, right? I
Mm-hmm.
mean, our minimum wage is 14, which isn't bad. It's definitely worse than other places in North America, but versus how much it costs to live here, it's really low,
Yeah, exactly.
right?
Yeah, the minimum wage doesn't mean shit.
It doesn't mean shit. Like, yeah, great, it's 14. People are gonna argue, oh, 14 sounds sick. In New York State, it's only like 8. Okay, but like
It's the same shit.
it ends up working out to be the same.
Yeah.
Canadian dollar, whatever, what's $8 American is how much Canadian, right? It's
Yeah.
like 10, so it's close. And then Toronto's really expensive. Tax, whatever. America, yeah, we pay more tax than Americans in certain states. So it honestly, it isn't much of a difference. So it's low. So
Like whatever it is, like there's how many fucking people live in New York? 10 million, 12 million?
in the metro area, yeah, about that.
They're living, so you know, like
yeah. There's mass amounts of homeless people.
yeah, there's a lot of homeless people, sure, yeah, but I mean
There is, but you know what I mean? Most people are not homeless.
a lot of homeless people in Toronto too, right? So
There's quite a bit, yeah. So that's another barrier, how much we get paid. And I think then also school isn't you think it would prep us to get high paying jobs and jobs that are sustainable, but it's not anymore. Right? Even that university degree is not, it's just you think that would get you a job, but it just opens a door to possibly getting a job.
Like the generation, like the 80s generation, they were able to use their degree to get whatever job they wanted right out of the gate. Whereas for our generation, it was kind of just like that. It doesn't work like that anymore. You know, you don't just get a degree and get a job anymore, unless it's like doctor, you know, or like something super specific.
Yeah, super specific, like being a lawyer. You go to law school, you move up the ranks. If you become a dentist, go to dental school.
Yeah, like a trade. You know, yeah, you're gonna.
But if you're in business, then it comes down to making those connections. There's a bunch of nepotism in all these industries. People hire who they know. People hire their friends. People hire their relatives. That's why you hear, I have a rich dad. I have a dad high up in a company. Well, he's just going to hire me to his company. Yeah. Say my dad's a big banker. Bam, I become a banker. It's really simple for those people. For people who don't have those connections, and there's a lot more groundwork to be done. You would think that that comes out of university, those 4 years, but it doesn't. It's just like you just open the small door to getting a job, and there's a lot of work to do. And people don't realize that, and then they get stuck after university. Right?
Like even if I think about myself, mans have not been saving for a life.
That too. We're also just really bad at saving, right? Even those jobs that don't make a lot of money, you can be saving.
I mean, I feel like we got to the point, especially as artists, where it's like, if we make money, then we're gonna make money. If we don't, then we're not gonna be living. You know, we're not gonna be getting by. It's either we make it or we don't. You know, so it's kind of like there's no like, oh yeah, let me start saving for.
Yeah, like I as bad as it sounds, I've been just waiting for the bag.
I mean, yeah.
Can I ask you guys a real question?
Yeah.
Does it ever scare you when you think there's a chance 5 years from now we're in the same place? Does that scare you?
Yes and no.
Yeah.
Okay. Does it ever cross your mind like, fuck, like what?
Yes, because that'd be embarrassing.
But you know, it's as much as we think, yeah, we're doing all the right things. There's always that chance that happens.
That we're not. Like this could all be for nothing. You know
it's possible, yeah.
Yeah, it's totally possible.
Don't think like that because it's just you're gonna lose.
Yeah, I don't think like that.
But it crosses my mind in the middle of the night sometimes where I'm like, shit.
It's like shit.
Might have to off myself in 5 years. I don't joking, but
no, that's facts. Yeah. Like realistically, yeah. No, that's what I'm saying. Like that's why I brought that up. Like I have not been saving for a life. I have not been saving for no ring. I have not been saving for no family.
However, I will say like
retirement.
I haven't ever thought about my 5-year plan, but I thought about it the other day. I'm like, when man's are 32, and I know we're gonna be crazy. I don't know what we're gonna be doing, but I know we're gonna be lit. So I don't even. It's not on my mind. You know?
That's the thing. Yeah, I just don't worry about it because I'm like, what? I'm 20. I'm 26. Turning 27 this year. 31, 32. Yeah.
Yeah, I have no, like, if you told me when I was 22 that when I'm 27, I'm still going to be in the same position, I'm like, okay, fine. I guess that's fine.
Yeah.
But yeah, from now to 32, I'm like, no, I know I'm going to get my shit together. It's fine.
Yeah, watch us come back and I'm still on the same bed, the same mattress.
Yeah, I don't think I'll be in the same space here in 5 years. But
Ian will be gone. It'll be a Kevin and Jamal.
No, I mean, huh?
Ian's working for fucking, I don't even know who, Oscorp.
Oscorp? This is fucking Spider-Man. Yeah, some weird shit. No, we all have our paths and they'll be great.
No,
but yeah, sometimes it just, I think about it and like, that would suck.
It would suck, but again, and oh yeah, I didn't say why no. The reason why I would say no is because I've been living my life and I've been making it by. So at least I know I'm able to survive week to week. Yeah. I'm not in a worse position than I was. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I have backup plans too with certain things. I have a lot of options.
Yeah. We have
that keeps me positive. You know what I mean? Yeah. I don't have a end all be all like plan where if it fails then I'm like back to square one. I might as well be 18 again, you know, like
worst case for me, I just do construction or
true.
Fucking true. Or like Mag's been talking about becoming a plumber or fucking carpenter or something.
You can go back to school and do that.
Go back to school, grab a trade, call it a day, bro, you know?
That's like plan D.
Yeah, let's talk about this when we were like 18. We're like, yo, if it all fails, we'll just start our own restaurant.
We'll start our own thing, you know.
Landscaping company or
if you have a decent enough credit, you said restaurant's a really bad idea, but if you really like restaurants, then do it.
If all this fails, the first thing I'm hopping on is OnlyFans.
Okay, there's that.
I'm selling toes, man. I'm selling toes.
My girlfriend, she, as a joke, but kind of not a joke.
Tell her to do it. Sell the toes.
No, she's tried to do the feet stuff in the past, like, and it's wild how quick mans jump on it. So she put a tweet out about selling feet pics, and she got messages from random people in different countries in like an hour.
That's what they want, man.
Because they're actually searching keywords feet pics sale on, and there's like accounts collecting, like they have feets in their profile pic and they're like feet collector 69, like that's their fucking Twitter name. And they're collecting pictures, and then I don't know what they're doing. I don't know if they're reselling it. What? Toe collector.
Foot fetish, like if you have a feet fetish, you want to see as many feet as possible. Like what the fuck?
I don't know.
What it is, it's about seeing the feet that are attached to a photo of a girl.
Yeah, they wanted her to, and they were these guys were demanding. They were describing how they wanted her to pose and stuff like that. They're like, sit down against the wall and put your feet up,
And then
in the foreground.
Get lotion and squirt the lotion on your
and
toes.
then like oil up your feet and stuff like that. And they're like, we'll pay you more if it's a video and like wiggle your toes and shit.
Yo, this
I'm telling you,
bro. From my research,
yeah,
these girls are making bank. They're doing calls with mans, charging them. You can talk to me on the phone for 10 minutes. I need $20. You want to send me a DM? $5.
jeez.
Yeah, we said we're gonna do that, right? We're gonna call a sex chat on the pod.
We're doing it. I'm not worried.
Oh shit, we should do that. Not today, but
Bruh.
one of those like old, like those ones you see on TV.
Yeah, like Quest Chat or whatever it's called. Like
Those are so geared towards older men. It's ridiculous. Like, you think someone 20 years old, 22 is calling those numbers?
When I was younger, when I was a kid staying up late, and watching those, I almost dialed a couple.
because remember, like in high school we used to have the TV on all the time randomly. So during those times, like at midnight, it just used to be on all the fucking time. And
They definitely have to try and confirm your age before starting.
I'm 18.
But I don't know how that works over the phone.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
that's what I'm saying. I don't understand how that works over the phone either. What are you gonna?
And it's not a free number. It's not a toll-free number.
Pay, right, or something.
So it costs money.
Yeah.
Sorry?
Yeah, you gotta pay, right?
You guys?
Well, yeah, it's like it's a number that costs money. So I guess the longer you're on it, it's just charging you.
So you pick up your grandma's phone.
Yeah, basically. Something like that.
Pick up your parents' phone. Go downstairs.
Yeah.
Have a long talk. Yeah.
I'm not sure. I don't know. There's different from what I understand. Not all of them are sexual. Sometimes it's just I want to talk to somebody. I'm lonely, type of thing.
But the girls that making the bank are selling the toes, man.
Yeah, the feet people are
It's a toe society, bro.
they're aggressive. They know what they want and they ask for it. They're looking for specific shit. And there's like subcategories of feet fetish. Man. Like they want different things: big feet, small feet, oily feet, wet feet.
I'm gonna pull up something I saw here on the.
I don't even know.
It sounds like the most disgusting thing ever.
It's kind of cool.
Oily foot, yo, holy.
Yo, like,
oh, mans want that.
Run some cocoa butter on that shit. I don't know.
That's what mans want. Mans want the toes.
I just haven't seen the right feet. I don't know. Like every time every time I
think it's
no.
Going on. I think
yo, Kevin froze, yo. No. Kevin froze, dude.
While he's frozen, let me look up this shit.
Shit. Sorry for the hiccup there, guys. If you saw, he froze and the power went out on Kevin's end. What can you do, right?
Exactly. Again, I was telling Ian earlier, I was like, I knew this was going to happen one day. Mm-hmm. I just didn't think it would be so soon. Like, this is the second.
And men's haven't had a blackout or even like a.
It happened to me.
That in a minute,
it happened to me last week. I was uploading the podcast, and the power went out, and I was so cheesed because that shit takes like an hour to upload, and I was like 10 minutes to being finished.
Yeah,
and the power went out, and it done.
When that just starts happening, that's when you can't trust the government.
Yo, they're setting up the 5G, man. It's that 5G, Ian. Are you ready for that?
What's giving me coronavirus? Is that why? Apparently, I can't say coronavirus or video might get flagged on YouTube by its algorithm. Did you know that? Apparently, people are cutting it out. It's a possibility when you say it.
Oh my god!
I don't know.
YouTube like Ronas or Roner.
Some shit. I don't know. It's because they're just filtering out bullshit about it, but it's because they don't have people to review it because their offices are so. There's not as many people there right now, obviously.
Yeah.
So they're using the algorithm, the automated system to flag videos, but it's usually incorrect a lot of the time. So they need human review, but they don't have it. So that's why that's happening.
This is the time for all that weird shit to come back to YouTube. Like when was it YouTube where it was that guy who was swimming through that shit?
The septic tank?
Yeah.
Yeah, bro.
Was that on YouTube?
It was on YouTube.
I thought that was like a Twitter or Reddit thing.
I remember because it was like, oh, you gotta, are you 18 plus? This is some mature content. Sure, yeah, I'm 18 plus.
Was Two Girls One Cup? Was Two Girls One Cup on YouTube?
No.
I think so.
No, that was too much.
Yeah.
That had its own website.
That had its own website. Okay. That was a classic, man. That was the Two Girls One Cup reaction. That was like the first reaction videos. Yeah. When you think about it, from 2006. That was before reactions were reactions. Shit.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Did Mans ever watch the Pain Olympics?
I've heard of it. No, I never had the guts to watch that shit.
I think it was the B&E Pain Olympics. That one was messed up. That was like dudes like taking their dicks and like poking holes.
Any testicular
cutting off their balls.
Injuries, I don't fuck with at all. That's just disgusting.
Yeah, that shit was wild, bro.
Nah.
One guy, one jar, crazy.
Nah, chill. Nah. That's some weird shit.
Blue waffle, jeez.
Yo. Meat spin, remember that one?
Meat spin, bro.
Meat spin. Yo, go to meatspin.com. You tell your friend in like in the second grade, yo.
What was it, Mr. Hands? The dude that got crushed by the horse.
Yeah.
I remember that video.
What?
I never watched that shit.
What's wrong with that shit? Man?
I will never forget the way the guy got crushed.
You watched all these videos, dude?
I've seen all of this. What's
wrong with you,
bro? We were in the prime of our youth when all these were dropping, bro.
I know
we were dropping like back to back, like every few months you had something come out.
Some weird shit like that, right?
Something crazy.
How come there's nothing like that anymore? Or maybe we're not paying attention. I don't know.
We're desensitized, man.
We don't care anymore.
I don't care anymore.
This is before Reddit was a big thing. All those ones.
Yep.
Now all that shit's on Reddit. It's normal. There's subreddits for it.
Yeah,
kids are seeing dicks and shit now. Like it's crazy. Because our first experience with it was internet, or like real experience with it was like, and
hopefully.
Yeah, and we got like like non-watching access when we were in grade 5, 6 or something. So that's going crazy.
Yeah,
but I feel like once you have an iPad in your hands, like you're watching that shit when you're 4. Like
yeah, exactly. And these parents don't know how to set up a parental control.
No,
nah.
They think they got it and they don't. Because I remember finessing my way.
Exactly. Yeah.
As a kid, figuring out all the passwords and this and that, and unlocking this and that. So wild life, bro. Wild fucking life.
I've seen my nephews look over their parent's shoulder and then remember the passcode, and then boom, it's done.
It's not that hard,
so smart, yo.
You have to switch the password every other day.
I just know for my kids, I don't know what I'm gonna do, yo.
Yeah, it's becoming more accessible.
I don't know what I'm gonna do with my kids. I'm
probably OnlyFans and shit. It's becoming popular culture now to do this shit.
Yeah.
Geez.
That's what. Again, if you're just comparing stuff to how we're living today compared to how we were living in the past, at 18, these girls are busting open an OnlyFans,
Yeah.
Getting bread.
At 18, we could still go to a party and not turn up and have fun, just play video games or something. You know what I mean? We can still be kids at 18, which I still I respect that we can still.
I don't know. I don't know too many kids that are acting like kids these days. Yeah,
mm-hmm.
It's scary.
Yeah,
but now we just sound like old heads, yo.
Yeah. I don't know if these old youths. I don't know if these old
becoming old heads slowly.
Yeah. Slowly, I'm looking at these kids and I'm like,
people are gonna look at you differently when you're 30.
We're cut from a different cloth.
No, but Like, I swear to God, though, like when I don't see kids outside anymore. I don't know if that's the oldest thing I've ever said, but like I don't see kids playing outside.
Rarely.
Like I barely.
Playing outside? No, I know there's a lot of children on where I live. I don't see them playing outside.
Kids home right now. You can be playing basketball in your driveway. Like,
Exactly.
I don't see that anymore. When I was a kid, I used to play with the kids around the neighborhood. You know, you guys obviously did. You live
Yeah.
next to each other.
But is that because there aren't as many kids?
maybe.
Kinda too. I mean, families are having only one baby now, maybe two.
Yeah.
That's a big family now. What, two babies?
And you just toss them an iPad, you know?
That too.
They're entertained.
People are. I think the media has scared parents into not letting their kids outside. I think that's another thing. To those parents that are very susceptible to media.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Some are not as some know it's bullshit, right?
Yeah.
But you know, if you listen to CP24, which is our station in Toronto, you're always hearing. Well, right now it's just Corona, but usually it was funny. Now you don't hear anything about a murder or gunshots or anything like that.
Yeah,
You just
you'll get that news, but it's just
quick.
it's not priority anymore.
Not right now. Not for the last month. So
Yeah. Like there was this guy that was gunned down yesterday or the day before by the police. They like came into his home. He had like some type of mental illness, whatever.
Oh,
They killed him for whatever reason. We're not going to get into all the politics, but that's not major news right now. And usually, young black man was shot and killed by police. That's all over the place. You know
that
what
would
I mean?
be a bigger story. That'd be the story of the week. Yeah.
But right now, we're just chilling because we have the whole Corona thing going on. So
I don't even know if Six Buzz. I hate saying Six Buzz, but I don't even know if they posted anything about that either.
I think they did.
Maybe. I don't know. I don't follow them.
Yeah, I'm not really paying attention to them. Like again, if it pops up on the screen like it just did earlier with the Carabana stuff.
I hate how they're becoming kind of a source of news for me, but it's becoming that way for some reason. Just because when you open up Instagram, the algorithm feeds me their fucking account.
Yeah, man.
And that's the first thing I see. So it's just the way it is right now.
Yeah, that's just what it is. You gotta do it. That's just how the world works.
Yeah. So we're gonna get into that story. I think we were trying to get into the story.
Oh yeah, so
before Kevin froze.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's what was happening before.
Yeah.
So yeah, basically we just wanted to tell a quick story about the time mans saw a dude overdose on the bus. Kevin wasn't there, unfortunately.
I wouldn't say that. It was a traumatic experience, man.
Yeah. What were we doing that night? I think we were like editing or something.
We had like a late. Were we still in college?
Yeah.
Maybe you were.
I think I was. I think I had like this studio, and then like you guys came through to work on some stuff with me. And but yeah, basically we had one late night edit sesh, and we what was it, an editing session? It wasn't an editing session. It might have been an editing session.
It doesn't matter.
Either way, we were down by like Bathurst. That's why I'm saying it might not have been. Because we were down by like Bathurst.
Oh yeah, we started. Okay, it doesn't matter. We were downtown.
Yeah. We're down by like Bathurst station area, and it was late, so we had to take the Blue Night bus from Bathurst all the way to our places in the East End. And we saw these two guys get onto the bus before us and head to the back, and we just hopped on too. Turns out the two guys that were on the bus, one was a dealer and the other was a user. They had known each other.
Let me add a point. Sorry. These guys from the beginning were sketchy.
Yeah.
Didn't you get that feeling?
Yes.
Before getting on the bus? Just the way they were moving and talking, they were sketchy. But go on.
Yeah, so they were chilling at the back of the bus. Me and the guys, we got onto the back of the bus as well. Again, that's what we do. You just head straight to the back, grab your seats when there's more than one man. So that's it. They were kind of sitting between us just because of the way where they were sitting. They sat right at the back beside each other on 2 seats or 3 seats with a bag in between. Mm-hmm. Zach was in the corner beside me, close to the window. I was in those seats, the 3 seats that are kind of awkwardly placed right beside the back seat, and then Ian was across from me. So we're like in some type of L formation, if you will. And then the other guys were up here. So yeah, we're just chilling, and we start noticing that they're having a conversation about something, and it's sounding like real secretive and quiet and whatnot. And after a few stops, one of the gentlemen, the dealer, he hands one of the guys something. He's like, "Oh, you're paying for this here? You want to do this here?" And he's like, "Yeah." So he grabs whatever he has to get him. He hands him a little piece of paper with something in it, and he walks off the bus, and they say later to each other. So the guy that had received these drugs then continues to open them up inside that paper. And we're kind of confused at what he's doing because we've never seen somebody set up the whole use to actually, or not use, to set up the whole thing to actually use heroin.
Mm-hmm.
We've just kind of seen what happens on TV or intervention or whatever.
Once he started pulling out a syringe, then you start to realize, okay,
yeah, he
that's
started
what
he was like mixing the drugs. We're gonna say it's heroin or meth or something inside of a bottle cap. He started mixing it there so that he could draw it into the needle. So once we saw him doing that, we were kind of weirded out. And then he busted out the needles, and he had needles in his pocket.
Yeah.
And he just had them out, and he put a bunch of them on top of his lap or his bag or whatever. And he took one, and he got the drugs inside of it, and he proceeded to get ready to inject himself. That is when I was like
he even had the band too. Forgot
Yeah.
that detail. The band where you wrap it around your arm to.
Yeah, so you could put it into
exactly.
So so I started seeing all that shit. And I'm like, this is fucked, bro. So we're trying to snap a quick 1-2 picture because we're assholes, right?
just not because we're, just to clarify, just as proof that this is happening.
So we try to snap,
not to put it on social media or anything.
Try to get a snap going. We try to get some photos going or something. No.
No.
Man's an archivist.
Yeah, I have to. You know what I mean?
You just take a photo because it's kind of like
it's wild.
In 2020, that's your first reaction when crazy shit's happening. You just like take a photo.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then so he starts to inject himself right there at the back of the bus while everybody's sitting around us, and we're headed home. And that's when I'm like, nah, bro, like I can't do this. Like I'm like, I could just sense death was around me.
So, it was a scary moment. It really was.
I'm just thinking to myself, I've never been this close to this many needles. Other than at the doctor's office. You know what I mean? Unless they have those tucked away. He had like 5, 6 of them just out.
Yeah. So Jamal was scared a needle was gonna fly and hit him in the neck or something. But
I was just like, I just knew there was danger, so I tried to get myself out of there ASAP.
I feel that.
So as the guy's injecting himself, there's another dude at the front of the bus who's just making noise. You know those guys that just make noise?
And he was another character, nighttime character.
Yeah, he's one of the
night bus character.
He's the night bus character that talks to the bus driver and stinks.
Mm-hmm.
I'm kind of dissing, but
he did smell. That is an accurate depiction of him.
I'm trying to put you there.
He smelled. He smelled bad. That's an accurate depiction. It's not a diss. It's facts. Go
Cheeks.
on. Okay.
So as I'm seeing the dude shoot up, I'm like, nah, fuck this. I have to get up. So I get up. Actually, I text these guys in a group chat. And I'm like, yo, I'm out of here. Like, I'm getting up and I'm going to the front of the bus. I can't do this. And they're like, facts. So I get up and I go to the front of the bus, right? And I don't understand how much the dude stinks at the front. Right? So I walk right up to the front and this guy reeked. He reeked.
Yeah, I hate that so much.
So I was starting to have a panic attack in my head. I'm like, at the back, we got needles. At the front, we got this. I'm stuck in between, standing now. Because I'm like, I don't know what to do. All I can think of is, I need to get off the bus. I see Ian finally get up, right? So Ian starts heading over. So Ian, can you tell this story now from this point where the guy had already shot up from your perspective? Because I don't know when you got up. Did you get up when he was finally in his high, or did you get up just before?
So I don't know. I can't remember when you got up, but I remember Zach and I witnessing just the whole progression of his high. So from the moment
looking back, yeah,
from the moment he injected it to, you can tell it's starting to hit his brain, and he's starting to react. It was actually interesting to watch, as fucked up as that might sound.
Mm-hmm.
You could almost, it's like his body, like it's like he left his body.
He left his body
and he started floating.
Yeah,
like he could tell in his face that he was just floating into nothingness, and he lost control of his body, and his fingers started to curl up, and it was kind of scary at that point, but he just kind of was like locked up, and it was that at that point it was scary because it looked like he was having a seizure, and I had no idea what an overdose looks like. So I was like, is this guy overdosing right now? Because it looked like he couldn't move. He lost all of his hand-eye coordination. He dropped all his needles on the floor. So that's what happened next. And everything. And his phone, he dropped his phone, and he was trying to pick up his phone, and he couldn't pick it up. Like, he literally couldn't, his hand couldn't grasp the phone. He lost control of his fingers. And he couldn't actually see the phone, even though it was like right in front of him. He couldn't pick it up. He wasn't able to. It looked like he was having a stroke or something. It was kind of crazy.
And we're on the bus, so the shit's stopping and going. So he's trying to reach for his phone while he's out of it. The man falls.
Yeah, he falls onto the needles.
And
he's on the floor, right? And then this is when everyone starts to notice what's going on the bus. And then the dude who stinks.
Wait.
No. Okay.
Wait.
Okay. There's another detail. Go on.
Ian, you forgot. You had gotten up. Zach was stuck back there because the guy was sitting beside him, and Zach was stuck in the corner seat.
Zach was the last person. Zach had to step over him or some shit, right?
Zach had to hop onto where I was sitting.
Oh, yeah.
Through the bar and hop over a seat to get to the front or the middle where I was. Because the guy had then fallen over, and the dude that stunk ran past everybody on the bus, stinking up the place. To the back to ask the guy if he was okay, which is very sweet. Very nice of you. Mm-hmm. Great citizen.
There's no one else. Yeah.
Because I wasn't going to ask.
I mean, he's fucking out of it. He can't even respond. Like,
the dude that stinks, he started picking up the needles. He's like, bro. Oh. And there's blood all over the dude's arm. And he's like holding him by his blood. And that's when I'm like, no. I'm like, guys, I'm getting off this bus at the next stop. It's 3 a.m. It's 4 a.m. I'm like, bro, I'm getting off the bus. Yeah. So we got off the bus at the next stop, and in my head, all I could think about was, if we stayed on that bus any longer, we were all going to die.
Because some next shit was going to happen.
Because all I was thinking about was like, oh my God, this guy's overdosed. There's something. What if he's sick? Yo, and this guy's touching his blood and he's touching the needles. That's a zombie apocalypse waiting to happen.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
His smell just starts infecting everybody.
The bus driver had no idea this was happening until
the bus driver had no idea. He's just whipping it.
Like, he can see back there with the mirrors. I have no idea, but
he's probably, he's seen so much crazy shit. He's probably like, yo, it's not even worth it. But you know, like when shit
he's like, my job's to keep driving. Fuck it.
So we're outside now. The bus has left us. I'm telling these guys, thank God we got off that fucking bus, because we were gonna die. Literally, we were gonna die. So we're gonna
die, dude. Relax.
We were gonna die.
Oh my God! But yeah, it was a really weird, awkward situation.
We were standing at the bus.
Eye-opening,
right? Within a couple minutes, why does the ambulance go flying by us?
Oh,
it's possible that's where that was heading. Yeah, the bus driver should have stopped, because what if this guy's literally dying? Exactly. I have no idea, huh?
Exactly.
Yeah, he could have been dying. I don't know. I don't know what being on heroin looks like. Maybe that's what happens. But
I was just thinking the whole time, I'm like, yo, we're witnessing this man's last moments possibly on this planet, yo. And he's trying to get me involved. Crazy. The fuck? I had to get the fuck off that bus as fast as possible, bro. I've never gotten off a bus so fast, yo. I felt like I was trying to evade fare evasion. It was fucked. I was so scared. Like, I was genuinely so scared. Oh, so scary. Yeah, wild little quick little story for the pod gang there.
And a reminder of Maybe some things we don't miss from non-quarantine days. You know, those blue lines.
The
A
Blue
little
Line
bit.
bus. Honestly, like I've after that.
I learned a lot of things on those buses. I'm not gonna lie.
I did too. That's when you know the world is real. Like when you get on a Blue Night bus, you're like, this is real, bro.
Real shit. You get
People are really going through stuff.
you get
bro.
some people really down there.
You ever
Literally,
seen?
like everybody's a character, basically.
Yeah, you ever gone on a Blue Night a couple times and seen the same people? That's when I'm like, what do you do? What's for work?
You start to think that people don't sleep. These people,
bro, the city never sleeps, yo.
yeah, but certain people don't sleep. You know,
Yeah,
because why are they up?
Exactly.
At 4 a.m. You know they're not working. What the fuck are they doing?
It's
So
weird. It's a wild world, man. But yeah, that's when you start taking in the world's real. That's when you first experience like a really smelly person or like somebody that's just really gross or really just out there. You know what I mean? Somebody that's clearly going through something, but you feel like weird. Like in the daylight, I could deal with this because it's the daylight. But you start seeing it different at night when you're on the bus and there's only like 6 of you on the bus and. Or you get on the bus and you wonder why everyone's at the back.
Yeah.
Like, you get on the bus, you wonder why everyone's at the back until you're about to take that seat. Yeah, and then you're like, oh.
And then you get up.
Oh,
and you go to the back.
This is why the whole bus is cold, and all the windows are open. You know, it's fucked, yo. It's a real world out here, man.
I encourage anybody who, once
the world we live in.
You want to experience some life,
Yeah. Want to experience some life? Hop on that Blue Night.
Like the night bus.
Almost anywhere.
In any city, man.
You could be in the West. You could be in the East. You could be downtown.
New York City subway is 24 hours. There's some weird shit going on there all the time. Guarantee it.
Exactly.
Scary shit.
Fuck. But yeah. That's that story that we wanted to share with you guys quick one time. We might have some more of those coming since there hasn't been shit going on.
Yeah, we should do more stories.
I kind of want to like hook up like a piano and then like play music along to the story, you know?
We should try this. We're gonna try. Let's try and push. Let's try to do something new every week.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So we could try that for next week. Maybe you could run a piano thing. Maybe give us a 1-2 show, you know?
We'll see, yeah.
Maybe something like that. We could do the Twitch. We could watch a movie.
Yeah. Get a guest
in. I want to get some twerking. No, I'm just talking shit.
Is that why Tori got blocked or whatever? Because he was
he had girls like twerking on Instagram and then girls like...
What happened to young Tory?
No, not young Tory. Tory Lanez.
Tory Lanez. Oh, sorry.
He had his quarantine radio. It got super lit to the point where
his account got banned.
His account didn't get banned, but he's not allowed to go on live.
Yeah.
Oh shit, he was doing so well on.
The CEO of Instagram addressed it today. They're like, we fuck with Tory. We like what he's doing. We like that he's having so much fun, and we like that it gets a little filthy, but it was getting to a point where it was out of hand.
This is how you know.
I'll send you guys some screenshots after.
Celebrities on these platforms, Instagram, whatever, they have a little more wiggle room.
Yeah,
with what they put out. You know what I mean? Because the CEOs and the people who run these companies know them. You know, they don't know me or you. Mm-hmm. So when we do something against the guidelines, they're just going to delete us or delete it. But I think as long as it's not straight violating it, but you can be in that gray area, you know?
Yeah, for sure.
Cardi B posted bare titties on her thing, and that shit didn't get deleted. I was so shook.
That's how it works out here, man.
Like it was bare, clear as day. You know, 14-year-old kid could have clicked on that.
Oh.
No. Chill. I'm just saying it's not age gated, right? So a 13-year-old that's following her could have looked at it. You know what I mean? Very easily.
Yeah, I feel you.
Not other 13-year-olds.
I was
relax.
Confused. I was like, yo, what?
No.
Yeah, that got me for a second.
I started the sentence weird. My bad. I'm saying it's not age gated, so that's 18 plus content when easily people under 18 are looking at it.
Yeah, no, I feel you.
And they didn't delete it or anything.
Yeah. No, yeah. So he had to make a whole new account, but I don't know if he was even able to still do it on his new account. So he made an account, and I checked. He made a post. I saw it 3 minutes after he posted it, and then I went to the account, and he already had almost 100K followers on that account. I was like, that's wild.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well,
man.
he's smart because obviously he's got an album coming out pretty soon. So
Yep.
all this buzz is definitely leaning towards his album.
Yep.
It's obvious. So, but good. Take advantage of the times, you know, since he's probably not going to be able to do a show, at least not until later,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Did you guys know a rapper, a girl, her name was China Rogers?
No, there's a lot of Chinas.
Well, either way,
There's a couple.
China Rogers, 25. If you were a fan of her, she recently just passed.
Mm.
So, all right.
Oh, really? Like just now?
Yeah, like 7 minutes ago. That just released the news. I've heard a couple of her songs before and watched a couple of her music videos. That's why I asked. Yeah,
Sounds familiar.
Yeah, you probably know her. You just didn't have to take her in properly.
How am I spelling China? It's different.
Yeah, it's CHY.
Yeah, like the same. Yeah.
NA.
China. Oh yeah. How old was she? I always look at that. It's kind of sad.
Yeah. But yeah, she passed. So that's sad news. I just wanted to get that out the way. A quick RIP to her. Upcoming rapper. She's really doing her thing. So
you know, there's gonna be those mans that are gonna be like, "Who?" You know.
Yeah, I know. I hate when people are that rude. Who? I'm like, yo, bro, just chill.
Because especially since because it's a female rapper.
Yeah.
They'll be like, "Who?" Like whatever. Doesn't matter who. She had her fan base.
Yeah. Anything else we have to go over today, boys?
We had all the topics.
Completely forgot everything before when the shit went out.
Yeah.
No, I think that was good. Anything else?
I don't know. I think we're good for today.
Cool.
Let's try and next week. Let's try and do a little show or something. You know,
we can turn it up a little bit. Yeah.
Let's try and turn it up, yo.
Yeah, let's turn it up. With a show where we said a guest last time, but
we'll get a guest or something. We'll get a guest with a show.
Sure. Yeah.
Maybe you guys can make a track live. I don't know. We'll see.
Jeez.
But yeah, yo, thanks everybody for listening once again to the Lost and Talks podcast today, episode 28, right? Mm-hmm. Perfect. Quarantine Pod 2.
Mm-hmm.
And hopefully the quarantine pods end soon. But remember, your summer is canceled, so give it up. We're going to be doing this for a little while, most likely.
Just summer's canceled, but his work isn't canceled. What you want to do with your life is not canceled.
Yeah.
So put in the time, yo.
Put in the time, but also relax. Take the time to relax as well.
Of course.
Put in the work, though. Just make sure every day is a little bit productive. That's all I try to do as well. I'll make sure I take my breaks and take my naps, but I'll make sure I also just get a 1-2 thing done just to make sure everything's cool. And that's what I'm about to do after, because I have to send Ian some demo reel stuff. So I have to get back to that after this. But yeah, thank you for listening once again. Lost Talks podcast, and the Mandan are out until next time.